Hello guys, how you doing? It's of course Metaphysical Mason, and today is Tuesday the 30th of November 2021. It's the last day of November, and we're gonna venture into December, the month of Christmas, month of goodwill. So it's a very, very, very exciting moment indeed. As you all are aware, Christmas is a time of giving, time of receiving, time of getting together, time of thanksgiving, time of appreciation, and time of enjoying the company of your loved ones. And time of bonding, time of total bliss, total happiness. So it's indeed a very, very good month, the month of December. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I will come and introduce to you a concept of reality, a metaphysical concept of reality that I don't know if you ever heard of it before, but it is a concept that possibly is going to enlighten and make you see a different perception of life and get through life differently and strategically in a way that's going to benefit you and elevate your consciousness. So what am I talking about today? I am talking about the fact that we do exist in duality. There's a dual existence of our reality or our persona and our individual consciousness. There is what's called a higher self, and there is what's called a lower self. And every single person do have their higher self and do have their lower selves. So let's try to explain, let's try to conceptualize what is let's start off with the lower self. Now, the lower self, this is the ego-based traits that makes our genetic makeup or DNA makeup of our lower self. And we are talking about things that are of material value, things that are egoistical, and things like I am an individual. There is a separation between me and everybody else. You see, whenever you think in those terms that you are separated from everybody and everything else, straight away you are operating at a lower frequency or at a lower self. You do know that everything is energy, and everything is valued by frequency. So at what frequency are you vibrating at, or what frequency are you vibrating on? If you are vibrating at a higher frequency, you are vibrating or you are existing at your higher self. If you're vibrating at a lower frequency, you are existing at your lower self. Everything is energy and everything is movement. Vibration is what causes reality, really, and manifestation. So, since you are infinite conscious energy, at what vibrational frequency are you existing on? So this is what we're talking about. So when you are operating at a lower frequency, you are operating at your lower self. And when you are thinking and ever identify yourself as an individual that is separate from every other existence, separate from other individuals, separated from the environment and nature around you, separated yourself from the luminaries, like the stars, planets, you name it, separated from the galaxies. Once you see yourself separated from everything, you are operating at a lower frequency, at a lower self. That's just one of example of operating at a lower self. Obviously, we would wish that we operated at a higher frequency, at our higher self. And in the lower self as well, this frequency or this type of existence, there is self-doubt. When you're doubting yourself, when you are not too sure if you can do it, if you have it within you, if you're capable, if you can have a breakthrough, if you can be successful, whenever you're doubting yourself, whenever you have these thoughts of doubt within your consciousness or your conscience, you're already operating at a lower frequency or at a lower self. And whenever you are fearful, we all know what is fear. Fear is nothing else but an acronym for false evidence appearing real. So whenever you are fearful, you're scared of the situation, scared of the situation in front of you, scared of the situation which you have concluded in your mind it might happen or it's going to happen. These are false evidence appearing real. But you know there is nothing real. Anything that is real is controlled and manifested by your mind, your imagination. It is your mind that brings reality. It's not outside things that brings reality. It is your mind. Because everything that is in front of you is a product of your mind. There is nothing that happens without you creating it. Every single experience that you experience, you create it or you co-create it, because the buck stops with you. Nobody else create experience for you. So whenever you've got these thoughts of fear, you've created a reality from your own mind. So whenever you are having fearful thoughts, you are vibrating at a lower frequency, at your lower self. So the whole point of life, the whole point of us existing in this reality is to enjoy everything that this physical life gives us, but at the same time operating at a higher frequency or at our higher self, or in religion what they might call the Christ consciousness or the Buddha consciousness. So this is your higher self, this Christ consciousness. So this is where we need to be operating it. So whenever you've got anger, whenever you are so angry all the time, you're full of anger, you're very quick to be angry. And when you're angry, it takes long for you to de-escalate and come to your normal senses. Those are the traits and telltale signs that you are vibrating at a lower frequency. Your energy, your infinite conscious energy self is vibrating at a lower frequency. So these are the kind of the things that will tell you what kind of frequency and what kind of zone you are vibrating your reality at. Whenever you feel a helplessness, there's no hope. Everything is doom and gloomy. Everything is a brick wall. I don't feel like I'm gonna get through this. I don't feel like I'm gonna achieve everything that I've always wanted to do, or all the things that I want to do. Thoughts and feelings of a helplessness these are the traits of you operating and existing your life at a lower frequency, at a lower self. Scarcity, when you think like everything is scarce, lacking, poverty, you're lacking things inside you, whether financially, socially. See, only when you're vibrating at a lower frequency, because you have to understand that you're a divine being, you're a divine spirit, and if you're a divine spirit, that means you're infinite conscious energy. You are God in existence in a physical reality. So how can you have poverty? How can things be scarce to you? There is an abundance of wealth and an overflowing of anything that you want and wish to have. So whenever you feel, or when you've got thoughts of things as scarce, that is operating at a lower frequency. And whenever you are so negative, every situation, it is only negative thoughts that comes, never positive thoughts, everything negative. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you are operating at a lower frequency. So what we need to do and what we need to aim for is to make that transition from operating at a lower frequency and tap into our higher self. Now, our higher self is a place filled with joy, creativity, intuition, peace, power, love, and all good things. See, your higher self knows its own divine reality or divine identity. When you're operating at a higher self, you know that the world is your oyster. You are the master of your universe. You are the master of your reality. You're the master of your destiny. You are the master of all your manifestations. You have mastered the concept of the law of attraction and law of manifestation, because it is you who brings everything into existence. But where are you operating from? You're operating from from a higher place of joy. You're full of happiness all the time, and you know that you can create anything, and you believe in your intuition. There's so much peace within you, and because you know that you're very powerful. You know that you're very powerful. See, when you're operating at your higher self, you know there is no impossibilities, there's no limitations. You are never fearful of any situation, right? See, when you're thinking thoughts of joy, creativity, intuition, peace, and love, all good things, you are in this world, right? You are in this world. And most of the time, what is it that makes us operate at a lower or higher frequency? It is the mind. So, because your mind, like I say to you, everything is energy. Your mind is energy. Thoughts are energy. So your mind can be programmed, can be trained so that it can operate at a higher frequency. You see, we've got voices inside our minds. We've got voices. We've got so much chatter that's going on inside our minds. And when your mind is telling you that I can't, I cannot, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, it is impossible of me to do this, I've got no proven record that I can do this, I don't deserve money, I don't deserve to be called rich, because there's nothing in me. Excuse me, all these things this is your mind coming from your lower frequency. It is ego-based reality. And there are so many reasons why you could be thinking that way. It could be outside influence. It could be because growing up, or this is what you've been taught before. You've been indoctrinated to believe in those terms or in those reality, even though it's not true, but you've made it true, because your mind can cement and make into form and substance that which you believe in, even though it's negative. So whenever you've got feelings like you are not good enough, other people can do better than you, then you are operating at a lower frequency, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say, the whole point of life, the whole point of this physical reality that we are in is to operate at a higher frequency so you can enjoy all the goodness of life, knowing that you are a divine being, divine spirit that has got no anxiety, no stress, no depression, no nothing. You understand that you can create and have anything that you wish. You are beautiful enough. You are good enough. You are capable enough. You are intelligent enough. You are talented enough. You are rich enough. See, when you're coming from this trajectory, there's a certain element of confidence inside for you that's going to develop, and then you're going to master your own destiny. You're going to master your own manifestations and reality. That is the end. That is the aim of us in this life, ladies and gentlemen. We need to tap into our higher self, that mind of the Buddha, that mind of the Christ. It's called the Christ consciousness. But this Christ consciousness is not outside of you, it's within you. But it is your higher self. And you can only tap into it if you understand that wherever you are operating from, you can transition and move from where you are to a higher point of self, higher point of being. Everything is within you, but what do you choose to be in? You can't serve two masters. Either you want to serve your higher self or you want to serve in your lower self. All these two forms of existence or reality, they're very real, but which one do you choose? What key do you choose to unlock? Which direction do you choose? That is a question. See, when you have voices inside your mind, because your mind is always talking all the time, and it's always telling you so many different things. But what happens is, most of the people, we tend to be the slave to our minds. It is the mind that is on the driving seat. So your mind is dictating us. Your mind is giving you directions. So we are just following what our mind is doing. See, that's not conscious living. That's not conscious thinking. You're an autopilot there. Whose thoughts are those? Whose voices are those? Maybe there are certain voices that had been planted inside your subconscious mind, and these voices have solidified enough and programmed themselves enough, and they pretend to be you, but it's not you. So whenever you feel like I'm not good enough, possibly somebody has told you while you're growing up, psychologically indoctrinated into you, that you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough, you can't be rich, you can't do this, you can't do that. And this you have cemented inside your belief, because what you believe is what you will achieve. What you believe is what you will live. What you believe is what you'll experience. What you believe is what you will manifest. So if negative thoughts have been implanted inside your subconscious mind, and you have come to believe that I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not intelligent enough. I'll never ever have enough money. I'll never ever be rich. I'm going to settle for less. See, this is your lower frequency. You're vibrating at a lower frequency. At your own carnal, materialistic, egoistical reality. But ladies and gentlemen, there's another reality far better than this. And it's all within you. And you can make, and you've got the power and capability to transition from that carnal, egoistical, material mind telling you you can't do this, you can't do that, to your higher self of divine self, that there is no impossibility and limitations. You can't have and achieve anything that you want. But this can only be happening if you become a master of your mind. Watch what you are thinking. Separate yourself from the thoughts or from your mind. What kind of thoughts are you having in your mind? What qualities of thoughts have you got in your mind? And most importantly, where are those thoughts coming from, emanating from? Are they really coming from you? Or are they coming from your indoctrinated subconscious self? Because your subconscious mind is almost like a sponge. It just sucks in. It just absorbs everything that has been planted inside. Whether it's true or not, subconscious mind does not select. So essentially what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that you need to reprogram the program that has been programmed into your program. Let me repeat that again. You need to reprogram the program that has been programmed into your program. See, this is a metaphysical concept, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to get you in touch with your higher self and leave your lower self. And understand that whenever you've got negative thoughts, whenever you've got these voices cluttering, you know, and you can identify and straight away say, this is coming from my lower self. But I'm not going to accept that. I've got the choice. I'm going to will my thoughts into my wishes into existence. You can convert negative thoughts into positive thoughts, but nobody else is going to do that for you. If you are feeling helpless, ugly, poor, you can't do it, no way you can ever achieve that. This is you, nobody else. But these things have been planted inside you and you've believed them. But you've got the choice to either believe or discard them. So you need to be aware, ladies and gentlemen. Be aware of what you are thinking. Be aware of what you are saying. Be aware of these voices that are coming inside you. Where are they coming from? These thoughts, where are they coming from? Because everything is energy, like I say to you. I need to emphasize this point. Thoughts are energy. But they are just energies that are vibrating at a certain frequency. But the very moment you believe them, they're going to solidify them. Because your consciousness entangled with your thoughts is going to create form and substance. So what you think is going to come into reality, into a physical form as a manifestation. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the buck stops with you. So what can you do when you are going through all this? Affirmations. You can affirm something that is negative to something that is positive. So nobody else is going to make that transition for you, but you can, and you've got the ability to affirm something that is negative into positiveness. An affirmation is a strong positive statement telling you that all is well. And you need the repetition. So by repetition, you're going to be retraining your mind. You're going to reprogram the program that you've programmed into your program. Your subconscious mind needs to be reprogrammed. All those negative thoughts, all those things that have been indoctrinated into your psyche, you can erase them. And how are you going to erase them? By putting more information, different information inside your mind. Because your mind is like a big computer, it's a hard drive. So what is it that is in there is what's going to come on your screen. So what kind of information was put inside your mind? If it was negative, replace it with positive things. If you ever been told that you can never be rich, you can never be beautiful, you can never be successful, well, retrain that mind. Put other affirmations, put other positive words, replace what has been planted inside you. But you can plant other different seeds, because like I said before, a mind is a soil. What kind of seeds are you planting in that soil? Whatever you plant in that soil is going to grow, it's going to germinate. That is the law of growth and law of germination. So your subconscious mind, which is the soil, what seeds are you planting in there? Are you going to let the seeds that have been planted by other people just grow, and you're going to take that as a reality, while you have the power to erase everything that was planted inside you and plant new seeds? And how are you going to plant new seeds, ladies and gentlemen? By affirmation. Affirm the reality that you want to have. And just by saying, thinking, or writing positive thoughts, this can make you stronger and make you change your reality, ladies and gentlemen. So, just a quick summary. I wanted you to know and to introduce you to a metaphysical concept of yourself, which is you exist in a duality of a higher consciousness and a lower consciousness, or your higher self and lower self. Your lower self is very material based, negative based, egoistical based. When you're thinking you're separate from everything else, when you're thinking you're not good enough, when you are being driven by thoughts that have been planted by other people, your psyche being indoctrinated by other people, and these thoughts had been on the driving seat, and you've been the passenger all along, and you wonder why you've been stuck in the same pattern, why you've been having the same thoughts all the time. You never had different thoughts. You never thought highly of yourself. You never see or envision yourself with the money or with success or with the happiness, with the bliss, with joy. It's because all you've ever known is a misery and gloom. And where did that come from? These were the seeds that were planted by other people. So your mind can be retrained, and you can move away from that carnal, materialistic, low vibrational frequency and tap into your higher self, and understand that whatever this lower self, this is a reality that was created by other people, and this is a reality that is created by yourself. But you've got a choice. There is another higher self. You can climb those stairs, those virtual stairs, and tap into your higher self, where there is no impossibilities. When you are the master of your universe, master of your destiny, you can manifest anything that you want, wish, or hope to have. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought today, since we are getting into the month of December, the month of goodwill, why don't we get into that month with a new self, and a new perception of yourself, a new perception of reality, and move away, make that transition from the lower carnal mind into your higher spiritual self, which is what you are. You've always been like that. What master do you want to choose? You want to choose the master the lower mind, or you want to choose the higher master? The master that gives you everything, where there's glory and there is bliss, opportunities, abundance, overflow. All these are the terminologies that we use when we tap into our higher self. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the message here from Metaphysical Mason today, the 30th of November, Tuesday the 30th of November 2021. So as we go into December, let's go into December with a new renewal of thoughts, a new way of seeing things, a new perception, a new cognizance, and understanding that we are our high divine self, and we can tap into that and exist in that. Whenever you see yourself operating or thinking, I told you the traits of lower self, make that transition, make that mental transition, make that mental alchemy. You can transform lead into gold. And how are you going to do that? Do that alchemical transition in your mind and tap into your higher self, your Christ consciousness. Let the Christ within you rise from the dead. Make that transition. So ladies and gentlemen, Brother Mason, or aka Metaphysical Mason, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Stay blessed and look after yourself. All right, take care. Bye-bye.